Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Shadowrun Dragonfall. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we proceed with trying to find, well, not finding Alice, but finding Dr. Vauclair, who I believe is the brother of the murderer of Monica, potentially? Just like that? Not the murderer, because Monica got murdered by the dragon, as far as we know, but he sacrificed her, and almost sacrificed us all to get to the dragon. That was Green Winters that we dealt with last episode, or in a few episodes back, in the last few episodes. Amsel is here, Paul Amsel. Edie, did you make contact with Alice? Yes, I did. She accepted your payment, and I ordered the search for the information we need. Very good. I can't imagine that this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price? Yeah, right on that count. 50,000 nuyen? He shrugs. It's about as I had expected. Thankfully, we are prepared for this. I have established contact with a number of new clients. You can find information on the jobs logged on your mission computer. One jobs file is on there already. While you're working on to earn Alice's fee, I will continue to dig for clues about Firesfinga. If she is, in fact, roosting under the Harfeld Manor, then there must be some evidence to support that fact. A dragon is a large thing to hide, after all. Yeah, be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica. I will never forget. Don't worry, Edie. I'm going to conduct my investigation the old-fashioned way, through contacts and deduction and careful observation. I will not jack into the Matrix until this entire sorry episode is finished. That's probably wise. Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Malit is working to recover information off the other DVDs. It's a painstaking process, and it will not be quick. But she is optimistic that she will be successful in time. Finally, I have been checking up on our friend, the orc with the skin grafts. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you appraised as the situation develops. Yep, sounds good, Paul. I'll go check up on those jobs. One last thing before you go, Edie. Samuel Beckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. Do you know him? The orc who runs the shelter across the way? Oh, yeah, we met him. We met. Ah, well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised that it would prove worth your time. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. Cool beans, really cool. Really cool. I like the setup for the reason why we're doing anything. Workstation, check my inbox. That's one unread email. Commissioning your services. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of your representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Duer, or Durar, probably German. He will be, I don't know how to say that. He will be expecting you. Come alone. Where was it? Cafe nearby. Sure. Well, I know where a cafe is. The problem is I don't know if cafe means the same thing as it does in Portuguese. Certainly not the same word, because ours has a little accent on the E, like the French do. The French have the opposite accent, though. It's an acute accent rather than a grave accent, but still. Was it you that I needed to talk to you again because of the DVD thing? Nope. Okay, let's go to the cafe. Let's get, you know what? Let's go talk to Beckenbauer before. And it's clearly an objective, as you can see over there. Can I see Volley in action? Okay. Be careful with that. Hello again, mein friend. What can I do for you? I heard that you wanted to talk about a job? Oh, yeah, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. He takes a deep breath, slowly releases it, and looks you in the eye. Tell me, what do you know about Humanis Policlub? They're an anti-meta-human hate group? He nods. The largest and most well-funded of its kind. The instigators of the Night of Rage. The Night of Rage? Do I know that? Here, I would say it's a very clear allusion to the Crystal Nacht, or the Night of Knives, I believe. It doesn't sound right that it is. Crystal probably doesn't mean knives, but I don't know. It's a massacre that happened in Germany when the Nazi was it the police, or I don't remember. I actually don't know enough about that. Basically, they killed thousands of Jews and imprisoned a lot of them as well. That was basically the beginning of the whole genocide. Not of course not just of the Jews, of the Romani people and many other people as well. But yeah, I think that's a reference there, or a metaphor anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about it. It says, the instigators of the Night of Rage and the enemy of everything that I stand for. The Night of Rage. A worldwide race riot that took place in February of 2039. Thousands of innocent metahumans were attacked, beaten, and killed. Women and children were corralled into warehouses for protection, he says, doing air quotes, and then burned alive when the structures were put to the torch. This is what Humanis stands for. This is their agenda that its leaders strive, or this is the agenda that its leaders strive to advance. They will not be satisfied until all metahumans everywhere are driven from the face of the earth. If you don't know how metahumans work in Shadowrun, I don't know if the game explains it or not, but I have a vague understanding of what happened. Basically, in 2012, I think it was in 2012. Maybe 2019. No, it was earlier. Either way, in 2012, there was like a magic event where magic returned to the world. I think it's canonical that magic had existed before, like many, many thousands of years in the past, but here it returned to the world. And what happened is some people turned into metahumans. That's why they called metahumans. They basically became orcs and elves and other races, including dragons and other stuff like that. And now, orcs and elves now are the offspring of orcs and elves. I don't know if interracial offspring is possible. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it isn't, actually. I think I remember reading about that. But either way, that's how it works. So metahumans, they don't just keep propping up. Like, it's not a random thing that you have a child and it can be any metahuman. No, it's like it's an hereditary thing, as you probably would figure. But it could be something else, especially when magic is involved. Maybe kids, when they're born, they just get, you have a random chance of getting an orc or an elf or a human, and that's it. It could be. I mean, it's a fantasy setting. You can make it, especially with magic, you can make it out to be whatever you want. But yeah, that's how it works, and that's the situation there. Disgusting. And this job of yours has something to do with Humanis? He nods. Yesterday, I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him, and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold. What did he tell you? His brother, Tuck, works for a smuggling operation based in Shattennest. Apparently, these smugglers have accepted a contract from Volker Stahl. Stahl is a vicious ideologue and the leader of the Berlin chapter of Humanis. The cargo that the smugglers are delivering includes a large quantity of an extremely hazardous chemical agent. Naturally, this fills me with unease. Whatever Stahl has planned, it can't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that is delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanis compound, you will find out what they are planning to do with the chemical and put a stop to it. What makes you think that they'll talk to me? I'm no more human than you are. We are the same race, in fact. Many of the smugglers are metahumans. If you travel with them, Humanis will allow you into their compound. The rest will be up to you. Why would... This is an interesting thing. I mean, this alone would be enough to... Because this is very common in far-right extremist groups to deal with the people they hate for a time to achieve their goals. But yeah, this question is probably going to shed some light more on that. Why would Humanis deal with a meta-human run operation? Presumably because they're the best option available. Stahl is nothing if not a pragmatist. He will work with meta-humans when it suits him to do so. When it's finished with them, he'll discard them and move on. Wouldn't it be easier to hijack the shipment? Why allow it to get to the Humanis compound at all? He shakes his head. Nah. Stopping the shipment would not stop Humanis. It would merely acquire another. for a pack of snarling racists. They're extremely well funded. You say that as if that isn't the status quo. It's all throughout history. That's exactly how it works. It's not. It's like yeah. It's not like you're not saying, oh, for a pack of sewer rats, they're very clean. No, it's just say he's like saying, you know, for somebody who lives in a bathtub, they're very clean. But anyway, let's talk about compensation. What does this gig pay? I have contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we raised 22,000 new yen as a payment. I trust that this will be sufficient. Look at that. That socialite etiquette is basically extorting him more money. It starts off as, I know how much money you non-profits keep for yourselves. I was reading that and I was thinking, surely you can't pay that much. No, you can scrape more. I'll do it. Count me in. He nods. Excellent. I'm relieved. I'll make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is an elf who calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to the Schatten Nest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Edie. And good hunting. Know that you're doing a great thing for the metahumans of Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized. Sure. 22,000 just from a single run. That is enormous amounts of money. That is really surprising, actually. How many runs are we going to need? Probably 2 runs, actually. We're probably going to need 2 runs to complete that. Cammy, what are you doing outside still? Little busy right now, chum. Places to be, things to do. Thanks. Bye. I wish the game didn't let me talk to her again. Because it's just, there's no reason to. And, yeah. Dante, what is up? Good boy. Luca Duer. Over there. Let's have a chat with Altug, though. He might know something or might do something. Nope, he does not. Okay. But I can buy the Turkish coffee if I want to. Okay, let's have a chat with Luca. So you're Edie, eh? The late Monica Schaefer's replacement? He looks you up and down, then nods. Good. You look the part. Let me get right to business. My organization would like to retain your services for the indefinite future. But first, we're asking you to go on a trial run, an audition of sorts, to prove that you're the right man for the job. Assuming that you can complete this trial to our satisfaction, I will then offer you a variety of simple tasks. All of these should be achievable in the course of your everyday business. You won't need to go out of your way to expose yourselves to much unnecessary risk. For each task that you complete, you will be rewarded handsomely, and there will be a bonus if you finish them all. So have I piqued your interest? Will you accept our offer? And look at that, piked, written like that. I don't know if that is correct or not. Bumpy McSquigums, who you might know from my channel because I do some co-op stuff with him every once in a while, he assures me that this is not written like this. And I told him that I have seen it written like this. I've seen it said piqued or piqued. And I know piqued is not at all. It's just making fun of the word, but piqued. I've heard it piqued. Said picked rather than piked. And I don't know anything. Let me know in the comments. All I know is that Bumpy McSquigum says that this is incorrect. And I've seen it written peaked as in a peak of a mountain in games that have a lot of typos. This game doesn't have a lot of typos. This game's writing is like, yeah, so, you know, it's not necessarily proof of anything. It's just an indicator is all I'm saying. So let's ask this guy about his pikes and see where we're going. Let's go with this one. Who do you work for? How did you know where to find me? My organization knows everything worth knowing in Germany, including the small pond that is Berlin. It is in our best interests, however, to remain unknown to the world at large. For the time being, that is all you need to know. So what does this audition pay? I can offer you 1,500 new yen. What the? Oh, 1,500, right. 1,500 new yen, but only if you complete the full audition, the post-run interview, to our satisfaction. If you fail to perform up to our expectations, you will receive no payment and no further offers of work. Yeah, that isn't much. It's an audition. The purpose of this trial is for you to prove your worth to us, not the other way around. Of course, you're free to decline if you wish, but know that there are hundreds of runners in Berlin who would kill for the opportunity to work for us. We came to you because we think that we see a glimmer of potential. If you prove us wrong, we will happily take our offer elsewhere. Okay, I'm in. Good, he smiles. Very good. Now, on to the task at hand. There's a man named Alishire. He's a senior manager at Herm's Eurocom and a respected figure in his community. My organization also suspects him of working with pro-corporate extremists. These people are actively working on to undermine the Flux state and pave the way for a corporate-controlled Berlin. My organization has no more desire to see Berlin fall to the corporations than you do. However, we are hesitant to act on our suspicions without proof. This is where you come in. Okay, keep talking. You will meet with a team that I have arranged for you, and with their assistance, you will plant surveillance devices in his apartment. Take the U-Bahn to Frankfurter Tor, and go alone. The rest of your team will meet you there. Well, hang on a second. I already have a team. You do, yes, but they are unsuitable for this job. Remember, this is a test of your abilities, not Iger's or Glory's or Dietrich's. How do you know their names? The same way I know yours. You will complete this trial with the team that I have assembled. Or not at all. It's important for us to know that you're willing to work with these limitations. So will you work within the boundaries that I have described? Or will you turn down an opportunity that your fellow runners would kill for? This does sound all too sticky for me. This sounds like I'm out to get killed. He's pushing this so much that my fellow runners would kill for. He's trying to kill me. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. But I don't fear anybody. I'll work with your team. Very good. The moment that you board the train to Frankfurter Tor, your test will begin. I would advise you to bring what you need in terms of medical supplies and ordnance. Once you embark on your trial run, there will be no turning back. After you have planted the devices and verified that they work, come back to me. There will be a brief interview, a post-mortem on the run, if you like, and assuming that I am satisfied with what I hear, I will pay you your first stipend, and then we will discuss the future options. Best of luck, Edie. We will be watching. I don't know, maybe an optional objective to take... How is that optional? Huh. If he really wanted to entice me, he would just say, it's a lot of money. I'll give you a lot of money to do this. This seems fishy as hell. But I'm doing it, because of course I'm doing it. But I'm going to try to talk to Paul about this, because this is weird. I don't like it. And I'm also doing the other mission first, instead of this one. Hey, Paul. Do you know what happened? Edie, greetings. Amsel peers at you through a battered old pair of wire-rimmed glasses. There's something gentle about the man, with his silver hair and his tweed jacket. He looks more like an aging art history professor than he does a criminal go-between. Is there something that I can do for you? I got questions for you about the Cruise Bazaar. A little slice of heaven, isn't it? What can I tell you about our Kias? I don't need any of that information. Please click there. Yeah. Okay. So he doesn't say anything about this. And, I don't trust this thing. Huh. I'm gonna do it, though. Because it's interesting. But, I don't trust this. I just don't trust it. Hi. Is that Dietrich? It is. A lone figure stands in the U-Bahn station. Dietrich. He raises a bottle at your approach, and then tosses it away. Figured I'd run into you here, boss. Wanted to be sure that I caught you before you headed off. He takes a deep breath and then slowly releases it and looks you in the eye. Edie, we need to have a talk about this Humanis gig. Go ahead, Dietrich. I'm listening. Well, I got a history with Humanis. I fought him back in 39 during the Night of Rage. Hell of a thing that was. I remember the terror, the senseless violence, the murdered children. I remember this little dwarf boy that stuffed his body in the gutter, Edie. I can still see his face all bruised and broken. To this day, it makes my blood boil. Anyway, long story short, we beat him. Berlin punks and anarchists all came together, and we stomped the living dreck out of those racist pigs. A lot of good people died that night, but we put down some of the bad ones too. Why are you telling me all this? So that you'll understand. I don't like Humanis. I hate the swine. There's one of them that I got to try to save. Yeah. My nephew, Alexander. He's a good kid, Edie. I don't believe for a second that he's bought into their bullshit. But I have it on good authority that he's signed on with Humanis all the same. Why would he join a hate group if he isn't a racist? I can't say for certain, but I have a pretty good, strong guess. Alexander's dad is a miserable sack of a man. I wouldn't put it past him to look at Humanis as a boarding school. They feed and house their recruits, and that's money that he'd rather spend on himself. So I'm asking you as a personal favor to let me come along on the run. I have to get into that compound, Edie. I have to find Alexander. I have to turn him around before those animals make him do something unforgivable. Of course, Dietrich. I wouldn't keep you from something like this. Thanks, boss. Never doubted you'd bring me, of course. You're too good of a man for that. But it's good to hear it all the same. Yep, I was indeed planning on bringing him. I'm counting on you, boss. Don't worry. So when we click here, we choose where to go. And we're going to assemble a team and travel to the Skatten Nest to infiltrate the Humanis Policlub compound. In addition to your team, this is about hired runners. Oh, right, I can bring hired runners. Your fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries in the Berlin area. These runners appear below your core team on the runner selection screen and can be hired on a mission-to-mission basis. As you complete missions, both your team members and the available mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment and abilities. Any new items, spells, weapons, or weapon abilities that a runner gains will automatically be available for use the next time you take them on a mission. Sounds like a lovely time. Okay, so, inventory. My problem is this. How do I unequip this? I don't. So this is her equipment all the time. Right? That's weird. This is for hiring runners. Let's save the game just in case. I don't think we managed the equipment from there. So, we're bringing Glory. No, we're bringing Iger. Yeah, I can't even drag and drop her. Just need to double click maybe? Oh, I just clicked down here. Okay. So Iger comes with us. And Glory probably doesn't come with us. Because he's a decker. Blitz is. And she's a combat medic, but as long as I have Dietrich, I should be able to do something with this. This feels good. Yeah. And we can see their skills and whatnot. Everything is fine. My hit points are only 40. I don't know why, but they are. Yeah, I don't have... Yeah. You can't... I'll be right back. Why does the mission computer have a red, an orange hand? No messages. Yeah. I don't know why. Huh. Anyway, I came here because apparently you can't manage your inventory from there. You need to manage it from here. So, I'll see you there. I can actually click on that plus over there. That's probably a better way of doing it. Then there it is. So, I can't give them inventory or items as far as I can tell. Not from here, but I swear I could do that before. And I just hiccup, I'm sorry. I just wanted to have some of this stuff because we're gonna need it. We're definitely gonna need it. Okay, we're good. Let's go. Unless it's another screen, of course. Because if it's another screen, then I suppose I'm just befuddled. False flag. The U-Bahn rattles to a halt at the edge of the Kreuzberg, or of Kreuzberg. You're only a few blocks away from Schattennest. The key is that Maxim and his smugglers call home. According to Samuel, they should be expecting you. And here is where you have... Oh, okay. That's pretty important. It's pretty important. Because you can't remove these. But you can use them, right? Unless they're hers forever. Because we have acid bolt over here. That's number 1. You have acid bolt. You have nerve bolt now. Does minor damage, but unbalances the target, making them easier to hit. Yeah, sure. That's pretty good. That's what he got. And then I could give you a grenade. Can I? I can. Sure. Get you a grenade. I'm not sure if you're good at throwing them. But that's why it's loaned. Because that equipment is theirs. I see. Sounds good. Look, boss. I just wanted to thank you for bringing me along on this one. It means a lot. Don't sweat it. Even Shadowrunners have families. He nods. Alexander, he's a good kid, you know. If I had been there for him, if I hadn't just run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dad, he'd never have fallen in with those Humanis pigs in the first place. The expression on Dietrich's face softens, and he claps you on the shoulder. Let's go find my nephew. Let's crack all the Humanis skulls we can along the way. The fuckers have it coming in more ways than one, or that I can count. And now we have an objective, an optional objective that apparently is over there. But we are also at the end of the episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Shadowrun Dragonfall. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.